This is a question for the law director, because it's my understanding, we keep talking about the Broad and how we submitted that, or how Dr. McIntyre submitted that, but it's my understanding that the contract was the same, and that the law department signed off on it 2 years. The statute was the same, and the law department signed off on it 2 years prior. So it's just interesting to me that why wouldn't the law department tell us that it was being done wrong before? Because why are we picking, I think it's just interesting that we're picking times, opportunistic times, to make our school system look bad. Because if it was wrong 2 years ago, I think our law department should have told us 2 years ago that it's wrong. And then if I had an attorney that didn't tell me it was wrong, that would be cause. If I paid for an attorney and they did not tell me what was going on, that was wrong, that would be cause in my mind. And so I'm just trying to figure out why 1 year it's fine and then the next year it's not if an issue comes up. Does that make sense? Okay.
In regard to the contractual issues, 3 years ago, it was signed off on, and the indemnification and the elements in the contract were amended. Then it was signed off on. The last two had indemnification and choice of law and things that were not signed off on. That was the only issue that the law director had with that particular contract, because it was not in legal form. And the last one, we never saw, and it was already executed. So it's not just the document that you see, it's what was done when it was approved. It's like the contract you have tonight. We were asked to put together, trying to achieve what it is you're trying to achieve and ensure that it's in legal form. And that's all we did. After that, it's up to this board, and a lot of times legal form will go out the window with votes and boards.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. In legal form, to me, I just think that this board needs more than that. And it may be a conflict for you being a law director for the whole county, but if I have 3 attorneys in my family, and if I have an attorney, they don't just tell me legal form, they tell me what and what I cannot do within that content. And I just think that this board needs more than that, because something like that may happen. And I think that, if 2 years ago or 3 years ago when, it was in legal form, but we approved it, but it's still, the statute was still the same, then there's an issue there. It's interesting to me how we just need to all be on the same page. And I really need my law director, my law department to start telling me what, it's not just legal form, but the content is legal, because that doesn't just make our superintendent look bad, it makes all of Knox County schools look bad.
Mm-hmm. Well, the truth of the issue that you're talking about is it was about legal form. There's no statute related to the contract in the sense of indemnification, choice of law, and those type of issues. And they were removed from the prior contract, and it was signed off on. This board voted on it. Life went on. It was good. Two later, the very last one, the law director's office never saw. It had choice of law California. It indemnified the grantor. So there were issues that were there. And it's not a statutory thing. We never saw it to sign off on until it was already executed. The board never even voted on it. So it's not an issue of being before this board, of not giving you good advice. When you don't know something happened, we can't give you the advice on it. It was after the fact that we got the issue, and then we had to bring it to you. That's all.
I respect your opinion, but I disagree, because I think that it's been happening. I just think that that's been happening a lot, that we just haven't really gotten advice, good advice.
Ms. Fugit.